It was supposed to be a sanctuary, a place where the roar of stadiums and the flash of stage lights faded into the soft hum of wind through trees. But this week, that quiet illusion cracked. Somewhere between midnight shadows and the glow of security lights, something moved where nothing should have. And suddenly, the fairy tale setting surrounding Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift felt less like a private escape, and more like a scene from a thriller that no one saw coming. On Tuesday, April 21st, reports began surfacing that the Kansas City mansion belonging to the high-profile couple had been breached by not one, but two unidentified intruders. The timing alone was enough to send shockwaves across social media. With wedding plans quietly unfolding in the background, fans had been picturing romance, not risk. Candlelight, not caution tape. Instead, what unfolded was a stark reminder that even the most carefully curated privacy can be unexpectedly pierced. From above, the property looks almost cinematic. Nestled in dense greenery, the estate stretches out like a hidden kingdom. The architecture leans classic, with sloping rooftops and wide windows that catch daylight like glass canvases. Out back, a sprawling pool reflects the sky, bordered by loungers and pathways that whisper of slow afternoons and rare moments of stillness. It was meant to be untouchable, but that same seclusion may have quietly worked against it. According to early details, security personnel detected unusual movement near the rear of the property, close to the pool area. One individual is believed to have breached the perimeter fence, slipping into the estate under the cover of darkness. Cameras picked up fragments of motion. Not enough to tell a full story, just enough to raise alarms. And alarms, once triggered, don't whisper. They echo. The security team responded immediately, sweeping the grounds and tracking the path of the suspected intruder. Though the individual did not remain on the property for long, the implications lingered far longer than their presence. Because this wasn't just about someone stepping onto private land. It was about how close they got. Footage suggests the suspect accessed the backyard space, an area that connects visually and physically to the heart of the home. The same space where laughter likely bounced between walls, where moments away from fame quietly lived. That proximity changed everything. Security experts have already begun dissecting the situation, pointing to a paradox that often shadows luxury estates. Privacy, when layered with expansive land and heavy foliage, can double as concealment. The very trees that shield from prying eyes can also hide unwanted ones. A nearby resident described the neighborhood as almost eerily calm. The kind of place where unfamiliar sounds feel out of place, but not always alarming. On the night of the incident, a faint noise was heard. Dismissed. Forgotten. Until it wasn't. That detail lingers like a subtle warning bell. Not loud enough to panic, but just enough to matter. What makes this incident resonate so deeply isn't just the breach itself. It's who it happened to. Taylor Swift is no stranger to the complexities of fame. Her life has often unfolded under a microscope, where even silence gets interpreted. And Travis Kelce, with his commanding presence on the field, understands visibility from a completely different arena. Together, they represent two worlds that rarely overlap yet somehow amplify each other's spotlight. Which makes privacy not just a luxury, but a necessity. And yet, incidents like this reveal how fragile that boundary can be. Following the breach, the property's security presence was immediately intensified. Patrols increased. Vulnerable access points were reevaluated. Reports indicate that while no major damage was found, certain areas, particularly near the rear entrance, showed signs of tampering. Enough to confirm that this wasn't sleuthy or harmless curiosity. Local authorities have been notified, and investigations are ongoing. For now, details remain limited. No identities. No confirmed motives. Just questions, hanging in the air like unfinished sentences. Why this home? Why now? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, how? Fans, meanwhile, reacted instantly. Social media became a swirl of concern, speculation, and protective energy. Some pointed out the growing pattern of high-profile individuals becoming targets. Others called for stricter security measures, especially for celebrities whose schedules often leave their homes temporarily unoccupied. There's an unspoken tension in all of this. A quiet realization that fame, while dazzling, often comes with invisible vulnerabilities. A private security consultant weighed in, emphasizing the need for layered protection systems in estates of this scale. Thermal imaging, motion detection grids, strategic lighting, and human patrols aren't optional luxuries. They're essential defenses. Because when a property expands outward, so do the risks that come with it. And yet, even the most advanced systems aren't flawless. Sometimes, all it takes is a single overlooked angle. A shadow that lingers a second too long. A moment where technology blinks, and someone steps through. What remains most striking about this incident is not what was taken, but what could have been. Because the intruder didn't stay. They didn't confront. They didn't escalate. They appeared, moved through the edges of a private world, and disappeared just as quickly. Like a ghost testing the walls of a castle. That fleeting presence is what leaves a deeper mark. It transforms a home from a place of rest into a place that now carries memory. A question embedded in its foundation. Was this a one-time breach? Or something that signals a larger pattern? For Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, the answer may shape how they move forward. Not just in terms of security, but in how they reclaim the sense of peace that home is supposed to offer. Because beyond the headlines, beyond the speculation, beyond the intrigue, there's a simple truth at the center of it all. Everyone deserves to feel safe where they sleep. And when that safety is shaken, even briefly, it doesn't just fade away. It lingers, like footsteps you didn't hear, until it was already too late.